to even considering a faux tree. They look so realistic. It's a Frasier Fir. It's my personal favorite. And I don't know if you've priced Christmas trees, the real ones, you know you're gonna spend at least $100. So why not spend a little bit more to have a tree for life, that when you see how quickly this assembles and the lights automatically come on. There's no even connecting the top to the middle to the bottom. We're gonna show you that in a second because it's really impressive to see how quickly these lights just trigger. And then there's 15 different ways that you can create the most perfect atmosphere for you in your home or the space that you're lighting this year. So they have light changing technology. You can make it a beautiful, elegant, clear, soft white light, or a soft purple or blue or green or red. You can interchange, you can twinkle. You can really create the atmosphere that you love the most. By the way, all of the lights are 100% UL approved for continuous operation, and each tree comes with a full 5-year warranty brought to us from American Tree and Wreath. It is just pretty even without a single ornament on them because of all the extensive lights that have been placed into these trees. David Wooding is joining us, our special guest. How are you, my friend?
I'm great. How are you? Lovely to see you.
I'm so happy. I love this time of year.
It's magical, isn't it? Are you feeling relaxed and calm?
I feel happy.
Welcome to our winter wonderland.
It's true, right?
It's fantastic, isn't it? It just gives you that warm feeling all over.
Even without an ornament.
Yeah, you don't need that. That's the beauty of these trees. I think they're so full and packed solid of lights that if you wanted to leave it in a standalone situation like that, you could do that. And that's the beauty of American Tree and Wreath. We've been such an innovative company for years and years now that we've also been driving the company forward. We're so strong on our customer service that we listened to the feedback of our customers and they just wanted more and more lights, and that's what we've gave them.
Yeah, it used to be that they were just so skimpy and wimpy. You're like, oh, I'm just gonna bite the bullet and I'm gonna just go buy my extra. Think about how much you spend on just lights. Exactly. 4,000 lights, how much would you spend to put 4,000 lights on a 9-foot tree?
And how much would you spend in the electric to run them, right?
And then the time it takes to make sure. And it's perfectly displaced.
It's beautiful, isn't it? They're all actually individually placed on here.
Are they?
So they're also placed there, and there's also a memory steel technology. So when you get it out of the box at home, all the leaves and the branches fall into place. So there's no fluffing around needed at all like that.
In fact,
it's perfect.
On that note, I would love to go to Stephanie McKee. She's standing by to show us how to assemble this, because to me that is the main question. How challenging is it going to be? Stephanie, take it away.
Hey, Callie. So yes, this is simple, simple, simple to put together. I know when this tree arrives at your house, you're going to think, do I need a ladder? Do I need help? Do I need tools? No, you can put this together yourself. What I have here is the 7.5-foot tree. It comes in 3 different parts. The first thing you're going to get, no matter what size tree you choose, is this 4-footed base. So stable, which is important because some of us have cats that like to jump up into trees.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, this isn't a 3-footed base. The 4-foot is nice and stable. Rubber feet on the bottom as well. So watch how easy this is. If you can lift 2 gallons of milk, about 17 pounds, you can absolutely lift any section of any of our trees, even the 9.5-foot one. Pop it into the base. There is one plug, just one. Plug it into the wall, and those 3,000 lights on this 7.5-foot tree start to light up. Now, on this second section, I want to show you the easy power technology right there in the trunk of the tree. No wires. This is just going to pop right in to the next section, drop it in. I'm not doing anything fancy here. And it lights up.
Oh, that is the best.
I know, you were just talking about how many wires trees used to require to get all these lights. I mean, you would think it would be such a hassle, but it's so easy. Here's the top.
Keep watching your TV, watch this.
Put your star on, you know. All you have to do is pop it in there, give it a little push.
And all of the lights, we'll keep going because it happens. There it is.
It happens, just needs a little push.
There you go. But that was literally less than a minute, like maybe 45 seconds, and you were talking and doing it slowly for us.
Yeah.
So the fact that you don't have to string lights, you don't even have to connect the top tier to the middle tier to the bottom tier in order for those lights to start, is amazing.
It's amazing. It's ready to go. It comes out of the box straight away, and you've got the memory steel technology. They just drop into place, one wire. You're not hunting around inside trying to find connectors, scratching your arms and stuff like that.
Right.
It's perfect. It's ready to go straight out of the box.
So we store it in the box it comes in.
Comes in the box, easy to come out, and then once you've finished at the end of the season, just pop it back into the box again, leave it away. And it comes with a 5-year warranty on the tree, and then there's 2 years on the lights. So if you have any issues whatsoever going forward, you're covered.
You know what? For years and years, I resisted doing a faux tree because I didn't think they looked real. if I didn't know,
wonderful.
I would think these were absolutely 100% real.
Well, this
Like, I
is
just
based
went
on
and
the
chopped it down.
this is based on the Frasier Fir, which is the most popular tree in the US home at Christmas time. And what we've done is we actually took an impression of a real Frasier Fir branch leaf, and we actually molded our Christmas trees. And everyone has to, you have to touch it, Kelly, don't you?
You do.
You're drawn to it. And the fact that it's so full and elegant, and the lights aren't just on the outside, they're actually inside the tree as well.
That's the key.
That's the key, I think.
I'm very picky about how my tree looks, and I always shove all the lights on the inside. I start at the core and bring it out to the ends. They've done an amazing job. Again, this has got 1,000 lights, 2,000 lights,
Yep.
3,000 lights, 4,000 lights that are pre-strung, pre-lit.
And do you know what they can do?
Yeah, then.
Yeah, we have a remote control, so you can switch it on and off from your remote control as well. But there's 15 different settings on these lights, so you can scroll through.
Ooh,
To multi.
multiple.
Now there's 5 different lights there.
I like that one.
Which is lovely. We have the burnt orange, which is apparently very on trend at the moment.
Nice.
So you've got your reds and your blues and your greens in there as well. And that's the pastel, and you have a multi again. And then there's different functions. So it's going to flip between, if I get it to the next setting, it'll flip between 2 different settings.
Oh my gosh.
And then you've got the actual,
So it fades.
it fades in, it fades in, and it fades out again. It's like a pulsating, right? And then
These
you've
are-
also got a phase, which is like it pulsates back and forward. It'll drop down now, and then it'll come back as a multi as well.
Oh, that's my favorite. Oh, and it twinkles.
And it twinkles as well, and it glistens. All these adjectives are out there. See, now we're bouncing between the two there. If you can't make your mind up,
You know, the thing is, every time I've gotten a real tree, it's like by the end of the season, it's dried up. My cat has literally, you know, like it gets so dry, the needles are on the floor, the sap is all over the place when you first get it. I'm kind of over spending that disposable income.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
you're just throwing $100 out the door.
crazy.
Because here's my trick. I now get the spray that smells like a real tree instead.
There you go, win-win, right?
That's all I do.
And we have continuous technology here, continuous on. So if any one of the bulbs, for whatever reason, failed, you won't lose any section of the tree.
Okay, wait. Please repeat.
Continuous on. So if any of these bulbs were to give in, you wouldn't notice, first of all, because on this tree there's 2,000 lights, but the rest of the tree doesn't suffer. You know those old-fashioned ones? One of the bulbs goes, which one is it? You never know. Then you get a whole section of the tree missing. So you're sort of digging in there, trying to hook up another string of lights.
Total
and so on.
pet peeve, and that's probably why
saying
most of us have been so
Yeah.
unhappy. But American Tree and Wreath, this is a very reputable company, over 100 years doing business.
Absolutely, yeah.
And like you said, very well known for their customer service. They want you to love the experience year after year. This isn't like spend all this money for just this year. It's like next year it'll look this
It's
magnificent.
a two-way conversation. As we listen to what our customers want, and we try to develop that into the next season or our next product as well. So that's also very important, I think, to get the feedback.
So you don't have to worry about watering it.
No.
You don't have to worry about it drying out and being a fire hazard by
Nope.
the end of the season.
Nope.
And here's, okay, personal thought from me to you. I love Christmas so much, but one thing that is a pet peeve of mine is
Yeah.
that it goes so fast. You put all this time and
Yeah.
energy into
True.
decorating, and before you know it, oh, it's time to take the
all
tree
gone.
down and start all over
Yeah.
again for New Year. So get it now and decorate starting now. Even
Exactly.
if it's up for Thanksgiving, who cares? This is a whole 2-month holiday season
It's such
for
a
me.
spectacular tree. It's the centerpiece of Christmas, right? It's a centerpiece of family. It's where we all gather at Christmas time, and it just has
everything.
It's everything. It is.
You know what?
It's-
On that note, David, I'm sorry if I interrupted you.
That's okay.
I like that it's not like a huge girth. You know what I mean? It's not like
Yeah.
8 feet around.
Exactly.
It's a nice slim profile. It's got a
Yeah,
nice
the profile
footprint.
again is the Frasier Fir, so it's actually that classic triangular profile.
Yeah.
Which I think lends itself perfectly. I mean, we've got the 5-foot one at the front here, which actually comes in 2 sections, and that's got the 1,000 lights on. We've got the 6.5 here, which also comes in 2 sections, and that's got 2,000 lights on. The 7.5 is in 3 sections, and that's got 3,000, and obviously the 9-foot is also in 3 sections, and that has 4,000 lights.
Okay.
I need to make a hole in my ceiling at home to get that one.
I know, me too. I want this tall one, but I don't have
I know,
quite enough
I'm with
height.
you.
But the 7.5 is absolutely gorgeous. And just so you know, in terms of savings today, if you're the 7.5-foot tall tree like I am, $150 off today. $100 off the 6.5, $70 off the 5-foot, and then off the 9-foot, You're saving, I calculated, $180 today.
Today's the day to buy it,
By getting
right?
it today instead of tomorrow.
Exactly.
And doing it here at HSN on a flex pay. All of them are on 6 flex, $41 up to, if you get the Big Mac Daddy, it's $128. That's all you're putting down today. You're gonna get it delivered in a couple days to your door. Set it up, put it together. It'll be ready and magnificent for your holidays. One more thing, because if you've spent $5 on shipping so far, you get this for free shipping. No shipping whatsoever. If this is your first purchase of the day, we've reduced the shipping and handling anyway. So even if you haven't made one other purchase, it's $5 to ship this magnificent tree.
That's fantastic. It doesn't get much better than that. I mean, what we would say is, if you can, and if you've always had real trees at home, give us a go. Give us a go with the technology, with the, just buy a 5-footer, see how you go with it. If you want to, have 2 and put it either side of your fireplace.
Or the front door.
That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? How fantastic would that
I
look?
get a little tree crazy in my home. I don't know what has happened, but when my son was little, it was like we always did it for him, and now I've just kept the tradition. But I put up a lot of little faux trees in my front yard, because I live in Florida. I want to feel like it's winter somewhere.
Even though it's warm outside still, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, these are perfect for that.
So the little 5-foots, and I think about people too, like my mom, who spent her final days in an assisted living facility. She would have loved to have had the experience of
And you
holiday.
could also use the 5-foot, if you wanted to elevate it slightly, you could put that on a small table, and then you could dress it round at the bottom with your presents and stuff like that. So that's very versatile.
You're looking at them without a single decoration on them. Look at it with the decorations. And that's just our version of styling out a tree. That is so pretty. I love it. I don't know which size you're interested in, but I don't want you to pass this one up. Put a little down on a flex pay, get it delivered. Before our time runs out, I'd love to go back to Stephanie, because I think it's really, in fact, let's go with you. Dave and I are gonna join you, Stephanie. Because you're like a real girl like me.
No pressure, right?
You know, like,
strong.
Yeah,
of course.
strong.
Girls
like
are strong.
But not that you'd have to be to put this together. And that's why I appreciate you doing it.
If you can carry 2 gallons of milk, you can lift the parts of this tree. It's not a problem. Very easy. You've got your base, sturdy base, and then all you have to do, it's going to come in these 3 sections, the 7.5-footer here. Pop it into the base. All you have to do is drop it in. And then there's just 1 plug, which is crazy, because normally a Christmas tree, you'd be looking at a few hundred lights. Here you're looking at thousands of lights.
See that?
Ta-da!
But the best part is this, watch.
Yes, so here in the trunk, we have the easy power technology, and what that means is that all the power is safely wrapped up in the center. So when you drop the second section in, no fluffing, no floofing, it's the right shape, and it turns right on. Then you have your final section, put a little star on top. No extra wires, just one that plugs in to the wall.
You know what? It's so crazy, because the one I've had for years. I've got one.
Yeah.
No, I've got a couple faux trees, but they all required me to have to like pull down the branches like this.
With the memory steel, these just drop into place, so it's perfect. There we go.
That one was a little fidgety.
Yeah, well, you know, it's probably still sleeping this morning. But look at it. It's like, what did you call this? Is where it's preset.
It's memory steel, so it just drops into place. So whatever you take it out, gravity will have its way, and it'll just fall beautifully into place. So you don't need to go around, fluff it around. All these lights are actually hand strung as well. So they're actually positioned in a place that you don't have to go around and twiddle and fiddle afterwards. It's so easy. I mean, like Stephanie did it, what was it, under 2 minutes?
Oh yeah,
maybe
easily.
a minute or two it takes you to set up.
Yeah.
And you can store it in the box at the end of the season. Just pop each section right off, store it in the box it came in, and it's great for next year.
Yeah.
And I do like how it's lit from within. You know, it's not
the
just like it's put on the edge.
Out the whole tree.
For sure.
I'm gonna keep taking this apart. It's just as easy.
I am really impressed. I'm super picky.
Cool.
I'm that person that like I don't have fake plants in my house because I've never thought they look real enough.
Yeah.
But this tree is so realistic.
And each of these sections, none of these weighs more than 17 pounds. We've designed that on purpose so that anyone can put it together.
We like to be self-sufficient.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that you did the assembly and you're doing the
I'm doing the talking.
beauty.
Yeah, because girls are strong.
I have the remote though, right?
Okay, let's show
Follow
it
me with the remote, right?
I have one somewhere.
See, I'm leading people with the remote, right?
So what does the remote do? Remind us.
Okay, on the remote, we've actually got also on here, there's actually a timing button as well. So we can see in there, guys. So if it'll flash twice or 3 times. And now what it'll do is it'll stay continuously on for 6 hours. And if you forget to switch it off, it'll turn itself off and come back on again, which is very cool as well. There is actually a brightness setting as well. So if I went back to the steady white here, I can toggle through. I don't know if we can see that with the studio lights, maybe a bit lower, but you can see there's 3 different settings.
Oh, that's my favorite right there. It just looks like the glistening snow.
And then you're sat in front of the fireplace, you're just chilling out, you're watching a nice movie or something, and you can just toggle through there. So on any of the steady settings, you can actually do the 3 brightness settings there.
So does that remote control all of these trees?
Yeah, it does.
That's incredible.
Isn't it fantastic?
So I love that you've got options. Some of us love the traditional red and green.
Yeah.
Some love the clear. Some of us like the twinkle effect. Some of us like, you called it a fade-in effect?
Yes, yeah. You don't need to choose with this. I had a conversation with my young daughter the other day, and she was like, Daddy, we want to have the multi one. We want to have the multi one. I said, darling, calm down. We have everything. If you want to have the warm white, then you can have that, which is the color soft technology, which we've worked on. We worked very hard to get that authentic, sort of warm, nostalgic white light that we've got. If you want to have the multi, which has got the 5 different colors in there, we've also got burnt orange in there as well, which is fantastic, which is the very much up-to-date color in there. And we've got the purple, which I'm led to believe is actually quite a little bit more expensive to put in there. So we've no expense spared.
The colors really are pretty, and I mean, none of these are warm. I mean, they're all UL approved, so truly, they're
and energy
some of the
efficient.
prettiest trees I've seen.
These run at 90% the cost of regular bulbs. So,
really?
Yeah, so it's not going to break the bank at all.
So think about just 4,000 lights. Because last year I remember going through this. The tree I have, my main faux fir tree, is none of the lights work anymore. I mean, they just do. So I had to go buy a ton of lights. But I wish I would have calculated how much 4,000 lights would have just cost.
You would know. Yeah, it would be interesting to know that price, wouldn't it? For sure.
Because they're not cheap, and they're so important. It's what makes the tree come to life.
And the fact that you can distinguish between a lower light, if you wanted a lower light, and a brighter light. I mean, you can have it in a picture window, and I think it looks fantastic. Get 2 if you can get 2 little ones there. That would be fantastic as well.
Absolutely.
Just love it all.
All choices still here, and don't forget about the flex pay option. You can spend as little as $41 and up to $128 for the large 9-foot. And I just have to repeat, 1,000 lights on the 5-foot tree, 2,000 on the 6.5, 3,000 on the 7.5, 9,000 lights pre-lit on the 9-foot tree. I'm sorry, 4,000 on the 9-foot tree.
4,000 on the 9-foot, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just amazing. I don't know if we can get in close to one of these bulbs here, but what you'll see is that the wiring, there is very minimal wiring. So in the olden days, you'd have the old pre-strung ones. There'd be so many wires in there, it'd be like a spaghetti mess completely. But if you can see that, and that is cool to the touch. So if I flick through, you're seeing that it's actually the bulb that is changing color. I'm not switching lights off and there's another string of lights that's taking over. It's actually all through the one bulb. And it's cool to touch. And look how small that is. I mean, the light that you get there, it's almost like someone, I believe, has put the stars from above and they've draped them all over these beautiful trees.
They are so nice. I think they come across well on TV because I was watching before I came on the air, but in person they are absolutely magnificent. They really are. I'm super impressed.
And very lifelike as well. I think I'm drawn to the fact that you have to touch it. Based again, we used an impression of the tip of the Frasier Fir, and we've actually superimposed all those on here, and we've even got little brown flecks to mimic the branches and stuff. So
and it's thick.
No expense spared. It's full. It is. It is.
How many times do you go to wherever you buy your Christmas trees, and you have to turn each one around, and there's always a bare spot somewhere? Like, okay, that side's good, so put that against the wall.
And you try to hang your ornaments
in the middle of a room, and every single angle is perfect.
Yeah, and it's the perfect profile. And as all of these are very rigid and solid, so you can, even the heaviest of ornaments will hang on there. Days gone by, you'd hang something and they'd drop down and they'd be sort of sagging away.
You're right.
It's true, isn't it?
It is. These
are top quality, top quality.
They're super strong, reinforced, and nothing has to even be fluffed or really manipulated into its place. It just falls.
It comes good to glow. That's what I've been working on. You like that? You're good to glow when you open that box.
Beautiful.
How you like that?
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Stephanie, thank you.
Thank you.
You're my hero. Love you. David, thank you so much. I'm doing another one this year. I just am so impressed. Save the money and get it today. Don't spend your money and throw it away and have to get a new tree every single year. Just spray the little evergreen spray in your home and it'll smell